Well met, lords and ladies, Jacob Butter speaking, and a warm welcome to this week's Walking Wednesday, or should I say a wet welcome, because it's raining, I suppose. You would think, oh yeah, haha, British weather, but to be honest, we were kind of expecting more rain sooner, you know. It's interesting how the summers are gradually getting warmer. Well, I mean, I say interesting, it's very clear what the reason is, despite what certain world leaders may imply. But oh well, that's neither here nor there for right now. I suppose I should probably do a slightly quicker version of this, although who knows, every time I say that I end up rambling for ages, so who really knows at this point. As long as my phone doesn't short circuit, which it won't, then I'll be fine. So, I guess for this week, well, I mean, obviously for starters, you have The Mutant Girl, you know, having a new installment, Season 2, Episode 3, and that one potentially being the last of a classic era of The Mutant Girl. And I say that because chances are by the time Episode 4 actually rolls around, we'll have the release of Gacha Club, and there's a slight possibility that I might be converting over to that. I don't quite know for sure. Yes, because obviously on one hand you have one of the earliest, the earliest voiced and animated gacha show that is still running, so therefore the longest running as well. But then on the other hand, we have Gacha Club coming out, and I'm not sure what the future will hold for that one. Although who knows, maybe from now on I'll be able to actually produce stuff faster, because I don't have the time crunch anymore of the recording everyone all at once. I'll just get people to send in their lines, and that'll be that. And who knows, I think that's basically what every we're basically just dubbing not in-house. So I'm gonna perch this here and yet again tie my shoelace. But yeah, just switching to a different dubbing method, because otherwise I will lose my sanity. And yeah, that's something else that I should talk about, is the fact that there were 3 videos that I posted this week. Why is it 4 videos in quick succession? Is it 5? Wait, let me check. So, Rough Dungeons, Caitlin, Meltdown. Yeah, 5 videos. Actually, I feel like I did okay this week, to be honest. But yeah, just regardless of that, you know, out of those 5 videos, and you know, if you've got The Mutant Girl, of course, you know, the new installment of of one of the most successful series that I've ever done, the most successful, I guess, acted show, and you have the Caitlin music video, which is again another successful series-ish that I do. What's the video that gets the most views this week? My meltdown over a stressful dub situation. Wow. I mean, naturally, am I right? Why would it be any different? So that's what got the views this week. From what it says on the YouTube page, it's 57 views, so probably around 60 or so. I guess the clickbaity title didn't really help things in that matter. I feel like that's the lesson that I'm going to learn, is that every time I think a video's not going to do well, it's going to do just fine. I've said it before, I'll say it again. But yeah, I'm okay with that dub now. And if people don't think it was that bad and I was just exaggerating in that video, I'm pretty sure that I am 20 minutes into that massive recording slot. 2 lines so far, minus a repeated line from the previous episode. So yeah, 2 lines in total, and that's that. what I was going to say. Basically, so for, and oh yeah, and to match that, 20 minutes, yeah, out of an hour and a half. So, needless to say, I've got a little bit more of a journey to go through. Although the Puppy Love cast, because I made most of them audition and submit their audio, well, all of them now know how to actually do that for themselves. So, in terms of Puppy Love, that would be fine. In terms of the Mutant Girl, because that's partly the old cast, I'll have to see. The only one that I'm slightly concerned about going forward, I guess, is Mimi, because she said at one point that the silence is a bit daunting for her. So potentially that means that that it might take a while to actually coax the lines. Although maybe it will just be a case of us not being judgmental over her at the exact same time. So yeah, moving forward, I'm going to actually get people to submit their lines like any other non-in-house studio would do, and which is to say via audio file, and then basically from that point onwards, listen to all the lines, get any redirections that I need, and go forward from there. So yeah, I'll get redirections, and I'll probably listen to all of the recordings, and then just say which lines I need, and probably label them somehow in the Audacity track. Not quite sure how I'll do that yet, but I'll find a way. Should be fine. Should be great. Should be okay. I'm not worried. Sleep around. It's I'm trying to stick to underneath the trees. There's a chance that you might get thicker rain, but it is less frequent. And I guess the ground is drier, so that's clearly a testament to something. And I guess my phone is heating up the screen right now because a lot of the droplets that were here before are no longer there. so yeah. But yeah, in terms of the release of Gacha Club, I am wondering about that, because it said early release, it changed to late June. But yeah, we also got that that prequel series, that's a mini series actually. That actually is a mini series this time, and that one is going to be just. I was going to say, yeah, that one said it's going to be airing soon for its first installment. It's supposed to be like how Phoenix Drop Day Season 2 and Mighty Queen Season 4 aired simultaneously to each other. They're going to build on each other, and they have to have one story that's developed. So yeah, I guess get a bit of more backstory on Felix and Agatha, the two new people. So and also the other reason that's the end of a classic era. That can be in Gacha Life, by the way, the mini series, because I might as well just not wait for that. And also, we're trying to get the first Puppy Love episodes to be out sometime soon, because obviously this being Pride Month, although it doesn't feel like Pride Month, it's very good to get a gay love story out there at this time. Which is interesting, because I don't think there was ever a Taming the Bad Boy installment that aired in June, which in itself is quite interesting. Neither was there an I'd Risk My Life for You installment, because that ended in February, I think, and then Taming the Bad Boy came in straight after. So interesting. I think I'm gonna have to do what BB does for my channel, and just chronicle a timeline for downloaded events for what Mimi makes and when, just to get more of an idea. Because honestly, the story, it's almost like the behind the scenes is almost as interesting as the on-screen stuff, and is far more family friendly in most cases. Oop. There appears to be an argument here. 1 second. That's fine now. They'll sort themselves out. Either way, we have, as I say, the other reason that The Amusement Girl Season 2, Episode 3 is probably the end of a classic era is because it's essentially, because of the quitting of Naseeb and the potential quitting of Natasha, which has not been confirmed yet. I'm going to need to recast quite a few characters. Because that's the thing, like, it is good to have multiple actors in multiple roles. In fact, I say, again, for Taming the Bad Boy, I do a dual performance, and it's really fun. I love doing it. But it comes with the added cost of, if an actor disappears, or two, then you're kind of stuck. Because Natasha had 4 characters in the first season. Well, or just in general, actually. So you had Morwenna, Kylie, Mrs. Dysart, and Granny Marwick. And then Naseeb, of course, had Pop and Empress, who now feel quite weird in the universe, considering that they were Naseeb's creations, and she's no longer involved in production. Not that I can do anything about that, really, because unless there's an organic way to really remove them from the story, they're going to have to stay. Especially Empress, or because that's because she's integral to the whole season, the way that it's drafted, and I no longer have any intention to do any redrafts of the actual season. Because there was talk about that yet again when another person left, when Shani left. That turns out, what a surprise, should be a shock to no one. I'm not required to do that. So I'm going to stick with most of the script that was there so far. There was a bit to do with Marwick's arc having a bit of a rage boost or something like that. A bit like, suddenly he would end up having a bit of an anger problem or something. Which of course you would think, oh yeah, that doesn't fit with Marwick at all. To be honest, I only left that part in there because every time I would try and write with Shiny, I would end up basically writing most of it. He would be playing Skyrim at the same time, and whenever I'd ask him for confirmation or something, he would say, I don't know. So clearly he was very invested beyond trying to claim ownership of the show that he wasn't even didn't really care about in the first place. So I guess that's something. So yeah, that's going to carry on as usual. I guess it's interesting that the miniseries that was supposed to be a miniseries ended up being season 2. If we'd and then I end up actually writing a proper miniseries with Aiden, I just turned into a miniseries. So I don't know, just the way that it worked out, I guess. But yeah, something I noticed when I was doing the Phoenix Drop days, not Phoenix Drop days, what the heck? No, sorry, I'm tired. When I was doing Amusement Girl Season 2 Episode 3, it's the longest episode to date. It's one that Shani had no involvement in because he was focused on the camping subplot for the miniseries that he was doing, and then after that it just became because I took charge of that whole episode, and from that point it was almost like a return to form in a way. I feel like that was quite welcome because I like the change of setting for the season, at least so far. But honestly, going back to the slice of life style that started the Amusement Girl off, it was quite interesting because it made me, because I could very easily have hated this episode because it was Natasha's last performance. It was the one that I had a go at her in the seat for, and it's the one that might have cost me both of them. And it's also the one that was one of the hardest ones to get through because of how stressful it is hearing the actual recordings back and listening to the exact same things that made you stressed when you were actually taking part and directing that. So I could very easily have hated this episode, but because it was sort of a return to form in a way that felt quite natural, I didn't mind it. Like, I do like that episode, so, you know, I'm glad that I wasn't making something that I hate. So yeah, I guess it's by the time all of the dramatic stuff would happen in season 2, season 3 will be a return to form. And I guess I should point out there's going to be some elements of drama that are going to be introduced in there, a bit like Emerald Secret, how it started off. Emerald Secret did start off lighthearted, oddly enough. Yeah, there were still bits there, you know, with even with Lawrence actually, that were sort of comedic. There was still an air of mystery behind it, but really the high drama came in later. So if this is to be the Emerald Secret equivalent, I guess it only makes sense that that's how that story develops. I've essentially done a circle right now, so I'm probably going to sign off soon. I'm trying to think if there's anything else to say. I mean, apart from, I guess, Minecraft Dungeons, the Q-Tip Wolf Tribe, that was a good thing. Or that was last week's video put onto here this week. It's only the Bappa reviews. They should be coming back, but I don't know. The editing is going to be quite. It's taking a long time because I'm not the one doing it. I would have thought having editors and recruiting people for that would speed the process up, but that turns out to not be the case because I don't have enough communication with them. What I have done actually, now I realise, is I'm now part of a community channel called the Wildflowers, or should I say Wildflowers space exclamation point, because for some reason there's a space in there. I don't quite know why. Although if I change the name too many times on Google Plus, it might stop us from doing so. So I'm just going to leave it as it is for now. But yeah, the Wildflowers are myself, BB Butter, Lizzie, Looney Ramen, and Mimi. So there are 5 of us there. I know the last time I started a community channel, it completely failed because no one was actually invested in actually doing anything on it. But this time, hopefully we'll do better. I'll probably be experimenting with some content that I didn't think quite fit with the channel, but I'm sort of into with other people doing it, so I might try it myself, like talking about more media related things, like Harry Potter, for example. Yeah, maybe read some fan fictions that I've done this channel here, and it completely flopped. So I think something like that. Maybe some storytime gotchas as well, because that would be interesting. I wanted to get into that for a long time. So yeah, I think that would be, and maybe do some raps to the camera as well that I was personally involved in. That there's songs that I did in the past, kind of like how Porta does that now. He does face cam versions of songs that he's made. I'm doing another mini circle again, so I'll stop talking for now. But yeah, if you want to go onto there, click on the iCard, which, by the way, I should do a video later today about how poll cards are being removed. That's another thing entirely, but I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, for now, please leave a like or dislike because your opinion matters. Subscribe to the Wildflowers. I might put it in the description if I remember. If not, I'll link it in the iCard because that's still there at least. So yeah, on that note, until next time, farewell.